PUAtraining.com.
Hey guys, it's Rich, and in this video we're going to be talking about signs of attraction from women, how you can tell how they're single and how you can tell if they're interested in you before you approach and when you're in an interaction with them. A big twist in this one, I've got a girl with me as usual and she's very attractive, but this guy's called Lilia and she's got some very good advice to give as well, so say hi.
Hi guys.
So Lilia's going to chime in from time to time with some advice, but let's get started. So we're talking about a situation when, you know, you go to a bar and you're thinking about which girls might be single in the venue. And when women are single, they behave a little bit differently often from when they're in a relationship. So something I always look for is, you know, where the girls are standing. If they're standing by the bar and in high traffic areas, and also if they can see the door so that they can see who's coming in. If girls really don't want to talk to a guy, normally they would, you know, if they don't want to be bothered the whole night, normally it's quite easy to find a place where no one's going to walk past them and no one's going to bother them. Does that sound about right for you, your friends?
100% agree. Whenever we go out with my girlfriends, actually I don't go out to find someone or to find a boyfriend, but sometimes yes, they're trying to find a location when they can see everyone who is entering the place, and when where everybody is passing by, so they can see and get more attention.
Okay, and if you ever, like if you hadn't seen, you had a friend visit recently who you hadn't seen for many years,
yes.
And maybe if you went out and you didn't want any guys to talk to you, you'd do things differently, right? Like you'd be in the corner of the place where, like facing the wall or something like this.
Sure, of course. When I'm going out with my friends and I really want to spend time with them, not to be interrupted by anybody else, I'm trying to find a place, yes, when where nobody can find and see us and see what we're doing and come up to us, ask for phone numbers and whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I guess when, you know, so that's the first thing, is like looking at the environment. I guess something else is clothes, right? So if a girl is single, she's gonna wear what? She's gonna wear one of her more sexy dresses than if she has a boyfriend, right?
Exactly, of course. As I told, she's trying to get as much attention as possible. For example, when I'm going out with my friends and girlfriends at this time, I can actually wear jeans and something I don't care. Just to wear something, to get in the, to go through the face control, that would be enough. But sometimes, yes, if you miss something in your life and you want some more fun,
because there's some nights where girls just say, look, I want to meet a man, and so they'll do maximum stuff for that. So that's kind of the environment. So have a look when you come in and have a look at stuff like that. And you know, as we said, they can notice when guys come in the room, so it's important to have good body language and all the stuff we talk about in other videos. But then you've got this interesting situation that I know a lot of guys have, where they're in a bar and there's a girl that's maybe 5 or 10 meters away and they're wondering, you know, is she interested? So there's certain things that girls will do to show interest. There's very subtle things like, imagine now that we're two girls, if we were talking to each other and we're facing each other, but you look and one of the feet or both feet are pointing towards you, normally that's a sign of interest. It's something that I found pretty reliable for me, where I'm looking at girls and there's really no reason for her legs to be pointing towards me, but it's basically showing that she's thinking about me and I'm on her mind. Something else, you know, when you're moving around, there's lots of talk about how girls like flick their hair and, you know, plump themselves up and stuff.
You know what? I don't have long hair, but my girlfriends do. And what I've noticed is whenever they see a nice, handsome guy, they start moving their hair all the time, like being nervous and moving hair. So
it's like a reaction when they see him, right?
Exactly. This is
the moment he comes in the room, they almost do it to look their best, right?
Every 10 seconds they're doing it. Probably they're spreading pheromones and their smell. Yes, but it's I think sometimes even too much these
Okay,
days.
but if you're watching a girl for 1 hour and she does it once, it probably isn't the same situation. It's probably that she's just, sometimes even, I've got quite long hair and I need to move it from time to time. So it's not always a sign of interest, but for example, something I might do is if I walk in a room and then I will be walking towards some girls but not looking at them, but from my peripheral vision I notice that she does that and I think, that's cool, so I've made a good first impression and she's probably interested, which means she's probably going to be friendly when you approach. Something else that I've noticed is there's interesting things, like sometimes I'll be just standing and then, with some friends and we're having fun, and so I think we do attract women by our energy, but they might just come and stand at the bar next to us and I think, why would they come there? There's lots of space. Or, you're on the dance floor, you're dancing and she comes to dance right next to you and you think, they didn't really need to do that. There were lots of spaces. So some very subtle things. Women don't really stare at guys, but there's lots of subtle things. And something else is when girls walk by. If a girl walks by me and I feel my back being brushed, I always look and I see how much space there is. And if there's a few meters and they didn't really need to do that, then I take it as a sign of interest. And something else is when you walk past someone, and I think guys do the same. If it's someone unattractive, you probably put your back to them. But if it's someone attractive, you probably go past, from the front. And a girl might even do that and do the hair thing as well, right, as she goes by. Does that sound about right?
Yes, 100%.
What else?
I would also add one thing. When you see a group of girls and they're texting or doing something with their phones, it means that they're not having fun talking and spending time together.
Which is common these days, right?
Yes, unfortunately. And so it means that they're here to maybe find some, I don't know, something.
Yeah, have some more
for
fun.
Today or for future. Depends.
And we talked about it before as well, how sometimes you see two girls in a conversation and their reactions look a bit fake, like a bit over the top. Like, if we're talking and you're saying something, I'm like, that's so funny. And I'll do exaggerated smiles and laughs, but it's for the benefit of the guy.
Sure, I have noticed that when a girl likes a boy, she's becoming, I don't know, stupid. It seems to be like she's not clever and smart anymore, and yes, she behaves strange. But also sometimes when I'm with a girl and accidentally I see a guy who I like, or maybe who I knew from before, but I never got a chance to meet him. And we're, for example, drinking champagne or wine, and I cheers my friend and I can have a look at him.
So at that moment you cheers and you kind of look at him
and
as you
maybe
drink
a
it
little
or
smile.
something.
I give him a little smile. That's maximum what I can do, but of course girls can do more things to get attention.
And what about if he's a little bit away, he's like 10 meters away, hasn't come and talked to you. Girls often find an excuse to...
Yes, they find many excuses to go to meet friends at the entrance, then to go to the ladies every 10 minutes, then to go to say hello to someone they never say hello to, and any chance to go there and pass by to give your smile, to show your smile, eyes closer, and...
Okay,
yes.
So look out for there's small signs, but you need to start looking out for them, and maybe you can think about, in situations where you've seen the things we talk about and now you know that maybe you've missed some opportunities where the girls have been interested. The final thing is when you're actually talking to her, understanding, whether she's attracted in you or not, and what things are good signs. For me, if a girl starts asking me questions, it's a good sign. We've been talking for a minute and then she starts asking, what I do and my name. It might be boring questions, but when she starts asking me questions, it's a good sign. It's a good sign for me when the friends kind of disappear and when she's not interested in the rest of the room for that moment. Maybe she ignores messages and phone calls while she's talking to me because she considers the conversation really important. So these are signs of interest. Of course, you know, better eye contact and just in general more attention. You know, if she's focused on me versus, you know, looking around the room and thinking about other things, I take all of that as good signs. Looking at the lips, of course, is a classic one, and tilting the head to the side. I like this. And they say, you know, playing with necklaces and different jewelry as well. I kind of see those sometimes as being potential signs of interest. My absolute favourite is when I'm talking to a girl that is with maybe two friends and the two friends just disappear. That's the absolute best. Then you know that it's, you know, super, super on. The friends say, okay, we'll see you later, and they're off. And I'm like, cool, that's it. So can you add anything else to those? Like when you're actually talking to a guy, things that girls might do?
No, I don't think I can add.
Covered everything?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. There's something else that you taught me, because I'm kind of old.
I wanted to add something else about the phones. Actually, I hate the phones, and people, you were right. People and
Instagram?
girls. Yes.
Okay, let me introduce this first, because I'm kind of, maybe I'm getting old or something, but I was late to the Instagram thing, and I wasn't really up to speed with Instagram. And I was with Lilia once at a fashion show, and one of the models came, and I was like, oh, I know that girl. And Lilia managed to track her down, and then I got in touch with her, and you know, it was really cool. Met her after the show. So how did you do that?
It was very easy. What I did is just registered in that location, and I typed in that location, and I found everybody who was there that day, that moment, and so it was very easy.
And there's Instagram, and you've got Foursquare. And if you're watching this in, you know, like 10 years time in 2020, maybe there's all kinds of other things. But when you're in a venue, and especially if it's you know, some cool party, but I guess on a Friday, Saturday night, lots of people check in either Instagram, but you can't search on Facebook. But Instagram's very cool, so you can go and you can see all of the people in the venue and do a little background research on the girl, right? And you can even do private message. I think I've never used it.
Yes, you can.
All this kind of stuff is great. So anything more to add on signs of interest?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so guys, there you have it, signs of interest from women. Hope you liked the video, and I'll be back with another one soon. This is the first time we've had Lilia in a video, and if you enjoyed hearing what she had to say, then please write in the comments and I'll persuade her to come back for another one.
Bye!